Morant?
Yeah, I played with Ja when we were like nobodies. My freshman year, summer, and his sophomore summer.
How good was that team?
Me and Ja, we were like the role players.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, it's actually
Wait, who are the stars? You guys are the number 1 and 2 pick in the draft.
we were the role players. What people don't know is it's a dude that goes to Ole Miss now, Devontae Shuler. Like in South Carolina, he was the guy. I remember I used to play with him. I'm playing up age group, but I'm watching him play. Like, man, this dude is just going coast to coast, finishing, pulling up transition 3 like he's Curry. I'm like, I'm just a 9th grader. Nobody knows who I am. He's like top 30 in the nation. Just a certified bucket. Me and Ja just look at each other sometimes like, man, came a long way. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody knew us.
Man, can you imagine Ja Morant and Zion Williamson coming towards you on a fast break? Man, that athleticism is otherworldly. That's 2 of the most athletic players in the NBA. They were playing on the same AAU team, but they weren't the stars of the team. They were role players. Man, that's crazy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. What up, though? My name is Kevin Melson with Beyond Your Limits, and in this video here, we got Zion Williamson on JJ Redick's podcast, and he's speaking of a AAU team he played on when he was in the 9th grade with Ja Morant, and they weren't the stars of the team. They were just role players. And this is a great thing for you guys to recognize, is that things change. Just because you're in a position now, that doesn't mean you'll always be there. If you put in the work, if you put in the time, then you can get there. Your role can change from being a role player to not playing much to being the star of the team, to being one of the best players in the country. And this happens all the time. If you look at the rankings and stuff within like high school basketball, every year there's some kid that nobody ever heard of, and then all of a sudden his senior year he ends up ranked in the top 10 in the nation. And this is also what happened to Zion Williamson. He was speaking on how in his sophomore year he wasn't ranked in the nation or anything like that. It wasn't until his junior year till his highlights started getting out there and he started moving up the rankings. But that's just a thing for you. Just because you're maybe a role player now, or you're playing behind somebody, keep putting in that work, keep putting in that effort. It can happen for you just like it happened for Zion Williamson, just like it happened for Ja Morant. I mean, as you know, Ja Morant went to a mid-major school. He wasn't recruited by all these top schools, but halfway through his college career, he's one of the top players in the nation. I believe he was the number 2 pick in the draft. I mean, that's a long way. I mean, of course he had skills while he was still a role player, but he had to work really hard to let that show through, to let his athleticism show, to get himself in position to where he could show what he could do. And Zion Williamson is having a monster year this year. It's crazy that you don't even really hear about it that much, but he had so much hype last year, and at Duke, and now that I think he's averaging like 26 or 27, shooting like 60% from the field. Man, those are monster numbers. And for nobody to say nothing about it is kind of weird. That's kind of crazy to me, since he has so much hype. And now that he's putting in that work, he's living up to that hype, and nobody got nothing to say about it. I guess LaMelo Ball took all the highlights and all the hype from from Zion, since everybody's big on everything he does now. But I think that's pretty weird how he has so much hype, and now that he's really putting in work and really having a good year, and nobody's saying nothing about it. But just the point of this video is just to let you know that just because you're in a position now, it doesn't mean that you'll always be there. I mean, with myself, I didn't even make the team until my junior year, and my junior year I only played in like 4 games. And by my senior year, I was all-state, one of the best players in the state. And that's just because I kept putting in the work. I kept believing in myself. I knew that just because I got cut in the 9th grade, it didn't have nothing to do with you know, with how I was as a senior. I knew that when I got cut in the 10th grade, in the future, I knew things would get better. If I kept putting in the work, I kept trying to improve myself, I knew things would work out for me, and they eventually did. And so I just want to leave this as motivation for you, no matter what position you're in right now. If you keep putting in the work, if you keep putting in the time, you stay dedicated, it's going to work out for you. You're going to become a much better basketball player, and you'll be able to do things next year that you're not able to do this year. And just have confidence in the process. You know, it takes time. You're not going to become a great player overnight. You got to put in the work day after day after day. All right. And one thing that'll help you is if you click the link in the description, the link in the bio, you got great courses in there, help you learn how to read the defense and many other things to help you become a much better basketball player. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out.